Alright, we're just gonna hope that this works. I, yeah, one second, the camera's looking all, it's looking. Alright, we're just gonna hope for the best. If you guys cannot hear, I apologize, I'm sorry. That's the sound of outdoors. Now I'm afraid you guys can hear me drinking. Can you guys hear me? Yes, it is, whatever, it just is, alright? We'll get over it together. I got a new deck. I think I told you guys in the last video that I was going to be ordering a new deck. This one is Beyond Memoria, the Oracle cards by Izzy Ivy, and they are absolutely gorgeous. I love everything about this deck. It's just gorgeous, beyond gorgeous. Such beautiful artistry, and I've been using it. Well, I got it yesterday, so I used it after I got back from work, and then I used it this morning to give myself a reading. This is tilted and it's bugging me. It's just not working. Alright. Okay. So yeah, and then I gave myself a reading this morning, and then I gave myself a reading for the week. But my first question when I open a new deck is, what do you want to teach me? And I got such a beautiful message. And this message just seems like a message from your soul. Definitely if you have had a lifetime in Lemuria, past lives in general, I feel like this deck, it just gives energetic blueprint. Like DNA, history, all of it. That's what it that's what it just reminds me of. So with this deck, I think I'm going to be diving into my soul. um, when I gave myself a reading, I felt like I was just getting answers from the soul. Um, Usually when I, open up a new deck, whatever, and I ask that question, it's a lot of, oh, let's work on this, let's work on this. But when I gave myself my reading from this deck, it was, here's what the soul's ready for. Here's what the soul is ready to expand on. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I've noticed, I said this in another video, that I have been living from my soul, and I have, finally started to integrate my soul with my shadow, having to become one because they are the best buds, right? And it's an amazing feeling. It's an absolutely amazing feeling. And the fact that when I give myself readings now, these are just messages from the soul coming through. I'm so used to doing messages from my shadow, messages from my ego, which I still love doing because I still love to acknowledge those parts of myself. You know, sometimes I'll give myself like gentle messages from my ego, gentle messages from my shadow, and just, check in on them because, they're still with me, of course. Um, but when I give myself a reading now, for the most part, my messages are coming straight from the soul. So I think that is so cool. And today I just wanted to give you guys a reading, a message from your soul. I I think for our first question, I'll ask, who are you on a soul level? And we'll see what comes through. Maybe we'll just do one card because I do want to read at least that one oracle card to you guys from this deck because I think this is such a beautiful deck. And then we'll get more supporting cards from the decks that we have over here too. Some more oracle cards and tarot cards to support that. But let's get a overall message from your soul. Like, let's dive into your soul. Are you guys excited? I'm so excited to see how these messages are going to go. Let's real quick, let me cleanse the energy from these decks, and then we'll pick you guys' decks. Oh, and look at the back of the deck. Isn't she so gorgeous? Love it. All right. right. Who is pile number one on a soul level? I'll go through each pile and then you guys can pick which card is more calling to you guys. But yeah, let's get into this. Let's do all four piles, starting with pile number one. Who is pile number one at a soul level? One card, please. I knew it was going to give me two, and that's just okay. Pile number two, you guys have two. Wow. Ooh, I love your cards. All right, this is what we got for pile number two. We have home and beyond the mind. All right, I already have some ideas about this deck so far, or about pile number one so far. So pile number one, you guys have two cards. Of course, I had a feeling it was going to be two, but you know, one, yeah, whatever. All right, so put these two together. This is pile number one, card number 31, and card number 20. Who is pile number two at a soul level? Or pile number two, you guys have endless opportunities. This is reminding me, this is giving like Atlantis energy to me too. Maybe you guys have had a lifetime in Atlantis, pile number two. All right, let's move to pile number three. Who is pile number three at a soul level? Pile number three, you guys have two cards. The Realm Bridger and Air. Ooh, I love this. I'm getting so excited for you guys. All right. You have card number 41 and card number 13. Pile number three, or pile number two, don't be upset if you guys only get one card, all right? It's still gonna be a great reading for you guys, I feel it. Um, Pile number four, because I feel like so far for these piles, pile number one, home is your initial energy, and the beyond the mind is like your supporting card. These are like supporting each other. These two are supporting each other too. Pile number two, you guys did not have a supporting card, which is just fine. Okay, I don't want you guys to feel any type of way. And lastly, pile number four. Who is pile number four at a soul level? Let me move these down so you guys can see them. All right, who is pile number four? Third eye, pineal perspective, in our ancient future. Wow. All right. Oh, I didn't show you guys. Sorry. All right. So we have pile number four right here. You guys have two cards too for supporting energy. And you guys can go ahead and pick your cards. Oops, I just dropped the deck. My gosh, that card just flew out. Crown Chakra, the Unlimited Self. That one just flew out as I was trying to put this on here. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and pick your pile, and I will catch you guys in whichever pile you guys pick. If you guys choose to pick more than one, go for it. I'm not going to tell you no. I won't know. And yeah, I'll catch you guys in whatever pile you guys pick. I'll see you soon. Alrighty, pile number one. The camera's crooked. Okay, I'm back. Alright, pile number one. Let's get into your reading. So, for your spread, or for your two oracle cards from the Beyond Lemuria deck, you guys have Beyond the Mind and Home. Who are you guys at the soul level? Beyond the Mind and Home. All right, so at a soul level, I feel like you guys are someone that transcends higher than the mind. You guys, the mind is no limit to you guys. In this lifetime, you might have had hard time struggling to I feel like this gives the energy of, in this lifetime, one of your soul's journeys or purposes is to transcend higher than the mind, to not be limited from your mind. You guys are someone that lives from the heart space, not the mind. So in this lifetime, you might struggle a lot if you do live in your logical brain, your logical side, your mind a lot, because at a soul level, you don't do that. So it's like if you, in this lifetime, and I really feel like in this lifetime, this is something that is your challenge, is to transcend from that mind to the heart space, right? You guys, instead of maybe in thinking logically 24/7, it's about, living from that heart space and seeing, where does my heart pull me? Where does my intuition pull me? Because look at the Beyond the Mind card. This is open, right? And no part is this closed. This is giving like crown energy, but also soul star energy too. Like, you guys are pulling in energy from the divine. So if you live in a mind space to where things have to be logical, it's like you're contradicting yourself. And it's also just like you are going against your natural state of being, because you're not someone that's supposed to be, the mind ends here and you're only living from here to here. You're someone that lives from here and beyond. So if you stick only thinking logical based thoughts, you're denying yourself from faith, what you believe in at a soul level, to what transcends the mind, right? Logically, a lot of people might not be able to grasp onto the idea of reincarnation, or that there is life outside of this planet, that there are star seeds, right? That's a lot of logical based thinking that might limit you. Not saying if you are logical that you can't grasp onto these thoughts, but you might have a harder time because your all knowing might be anchored right here and might be centered right here and opens up through there. So you guys are someone that lives beyond the mind. You guys are someone that at your heart space is where you gain all your knowledge, right? What you feel is how you gain knowledge, how you perceive the world. And you guys, wow, on an emotional, I'm seeing a little butterfly fly through right now. And it's a white butterfly too. So this is like kind of purifying yourself, maybe if your heart space feels heavy, it needs to be purified right now so it can open up. Maybe you guys as a child wanted to live in that heart space energy, but then something happened to make you feel like you need to close off. And I acted intuitively then, and I followed my heart then, but it didn't work out. Now let me be a little bit more logical so I can think things through and I won't have to get into that situation again. But that limits us, right, as humans, to experience even more of life, to gain even more knowledge, if we only base our life out of a logical way of being. Because sometimes we just feel like, sometimes I just feel like I need to go to a place, and if I sit here and try to think logically, like, well, there's no good reason for me to go there, why would I go there? I might miss out on an amazing opportunity. Not saying it won't present itself later on to you again. If it's really meant to happen, it will. But I'm seeing this little inchworm right here. That's so cool. Okay, sorry. But your sights are set bigger rather than what you can see. It's more about what you feel within this lifetime. You guys are supposed to transcend beyond the mind within this lifetime. I am going to read this card to you guys because I feel like that is your main card right now. I think I said in the beginning that home was yours, but let's read number 20. I hope you guys don't mind. If you guys don't want to listen to this part, feel free to skip ahead, but you guys might want to listen in a little bit more on this one. Guys, look, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. All right. Okay. So, card number 20, Beyond the Mind. Read this part. It's literally what I just said. So this card represents thinking with the heart, being present, heart and mind connection. meditation, the bliss of being, quieting the monkey mind, fathoming the unfathomable, finding happiness within, and going beyond this is literally what I said. Going beyond intellectual limitation. All right. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to read this card to you guys a little bit more. All right. So the mind is a wonderful tool for moving us through the logistical elements of life so we can function in the world. However, its endless chatter, self-doubt, limiting stories, and subconscious programs can keep us in our suffering. One of the fundamental problems with the mind chatter is that it takes us out of the present moment. As soon as we are in the past or future, we can no longer be our most empowered in our present. You guys should read the book, The Power of Now by Elliot Tolt? I can't remember, but it's called The Power of Now. It's not a super long book, but it is a very, if you guys are logical based thinking, right? This book will stimulate your mind. You guys might have a lot of air in your chart too, but you guys should really read that book. It is a brilliant book. Have I finished it? No. But it is a brilliant book. All right, I go back to it every now and then to get more information. But yeah. The spider calling now. Okay. All right, we are stuck in the past, or when we are stuck in the past or worrying about our future, we are not in command of our now. All we are doing is draining our energy and removing ourselves from the beauty of the incredible moment where anything is possible. This is not to say that we shouldn't plan for the future or honor the past. This message is about bringing our awareness to the present. We are naturally wired to be everywhere but the present moment. Just as we would exercise to keep our body fit and healthy, it is useful to practice being here and now. Learning to find inner spaces of peace and silence, regardless of the external circumstances, is one of the greatest gifts we can cultivate in ourselves. Much of Western culture and society pivots on a mind-based paradigm. This has served us in getting from A to B in a very linear way, but it's not holistic. And the cracks are starting to show. We learn that logic is always the right approach. However, more and more people are feeling unfulfilled, happy, anxious, and even though they are living more comfortably with fewer threats. What can we do about this? The answer is learning to just be, even for 10 minutes of your day. There are many techniques to help you quiet the mind. Find the ones that work for you. And as your internal world becomes more peaceful, conscious, empowered, and meaningful, so too your external world. They are interconnected. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so let's look at the meaning even more deeper into this card. It says looking at things in an overly logical way will hinder or obstruct access to your superpowers. You may be transfixed by a past experience. The past may be running you and making your mind spin so you cannot see what is truly in front of you. Consider what your heart and your gut are telling you. Step back and clear your mind. Meditate in your own way. Contemplate what the situation at hand would feel like if you release all your fears and worries. Are these concerns even yours? I love that. Give me 1 second, because I just realized I should probably clear some of the storage off of my phone so I don't have any problems while recording. I'm gonna go. Alright. So, let's get a little bit more information from your soul. I want to see what's your biggest limitation right now. If you guys don't mind, I am going to reach into that. Let's see. What is your biggest limitation right now that is holding you back? I understand, we just read that your limitation can be through the mind, but what is the thought that is limiting you right now? What is the thought that is limiting my child number 1? know why I find this deck so hard to shuffle. Like I can barely grasp my hands. Having major deja vu right now. All right, for your first card, you got the Star. Have faith that healing is in the forecast. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. When life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. The Hierophant in reverse. Tradition is important, but it doesn't have to be everything. And then you have Toxic Witches. Be cautious of those who take more than they can give. And you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, sorry. Something you have to be willing, or sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules. You see at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck, you have the Chariot in reverse. You'll never get anywhere if you keep standing still. So far right now, I feel like the limitation that you are getting from your mind space, from your head, is that I can't move. I can't move right now because what if, right? This is more future-based thinking, and this could be future-based thinking based off of the past experience, right? Because this happened in the past, what if this happens again in the future? And that itself is a limitation of the mind, right? When you are not basing yourself in your presence, which is the only thing you can know, right? At some point, our past becomes skewed and becomes a little murky, right? If you've ever watched SVU or any crime-based shows, the information that they get from the victim is always the best when it's a little bit more fresh, right? After years and years, the information in our minds starts to get a little bit more murky, right? Because it's like we're not there anymore. And this time, like even sometimes, like if I'm looking back at past experiences that I find a little bit more traumatic or that were heavy on my heart space, I can't fully think about every detail that happened then. So at this point, it's like, oh, I'm pretty sure this happened and this happened and this happened. Not saying these experiences are not valid, but I am saying that at some point things start getting skewed, right? So from things that happened in the past, it doesn't have to represent your now, right? There's a little fly on a card, and I am thinking, and it landed on the Toxic Witches card right here too. So these might be people in your outer world right now. This could be people that are close to you, that you, and it might be groups of friends. It might be people that you just feel close to, sisters, siblings, family members, or even past coworkers or something that might have put you down in the past, that have stopped you from starting a new trend and tradition within yourself. It might be because it goes against the tradition that they have led, right? If you are from a family that has a strict culture, they might expect you to keep up that culture. It was 444 on the time when I did that. They might expect you to keep up that culture. But if you're being pulled another way, you are allowed to be pulled that way, and you don't have to stay still in a place that is not logically, like it might be logical to stay with them, right? But what about the base of your own logic, right? Your own logic isn't here, right? I mean, yes, it is. But like in terms of this reading, right, from your soul, your logic lies right here. If your heart is telling you no, listen to that. Your soul is like, your gentle message from your soul is, if everyone else is telling you no, I have to at least figure out if that no is valid for me. If that no resonates in my heart space. And this is a great activity that I've learned to do, is that I at some point realized that I did not trust myself. I did not trust myself to understand or to know if my feelings were valid. I think if you, at least from my point of view as growing up in a house of color, there's always those times, like if you were feeling a lot as a kid, where your parent would be like, oh, I'll give you a reason to cry. That's no reason to cry, right? And that invalidates the experience of a child. So at some point as an adult, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I don't trust my feelings. I don't trust that my feelings are valid. And so I had to learn to sit with myself and figure out, what does a full body yes feel like for me? What does a full body no feel like for me? And then when I learned those and I understood, oh, that's what a no feels like for me, that's what a yes feels like for me. And either way, my no's and yeses are valid regardless of what anyone else is telling me. That made me so much like, that's what I started basing my logic off of. Because my logic wasn't coming off of, oh, is that valid? Is that valid? It was, no, this feels valid. Like, moving from here to here again, the feeling that I felt was valid. Sorry, I feel like I'm kind of going off right now. Maybe this resonates. But right now, I'm feeling like the Hierophant card is, since it's in the middle right here, in reverse, is that your soul is not someone that wants to be limited by the traditions of others. You're someone, I feel like if I pull out a zodiac card for you guys are giving Sagittarius energy, but a Sagittarius that does not know that it's a Sagittarius yet. Like, this is a Sagittarius that has not been on its adventure yet, the calling of its soul yet. This is like a maybe even answer the call of the shamanic call, whatever it is for you. But you're someone that is like looking beyond, right? Your soul sees so much. It's like, I can do this, I can do this. But then it's like, I can't move, because what if I move and then this happens? But if I do move, I want it. Maybe you were even excited about something, but someone was like, why would you do that? No, you can't do that. And even if it wasn't now that someone said that to you, where did somebody tell you that in your past as a kid? Whenever someone told you that, that can still be taking place in your life now. And I was talking to my sister about this the other day, is that oftentimes when I find my limitations, I have to sit there, at least now as an adult, and I'm trying to learn my own emotional intelligence now, is that I have to sit with myself and say, when that limitation does come up, where did I first hear that? Because I don't think that's my own limitation, right? When we saw when I was reading the Beyond the Mind card to you guys, sometimes our family roots can be so deep. And with this Hierophant card in reverse, it's saying dig up that root. You're allowed to plant your own root there, plant your own flower there, your own plant, whatever it is, and garden that plant. Have yourself be so rooted in you that the thoughts of other people, won't rip you up. You're so rooted within yourself, your own heart space, your own way of being, that it does not matter when other people are thinking something differently from you. It's like, I can respect your opinion, but I don't have to follow it. So your limitation from the mind is telling you that there are other people and other things from your past that are limiting your future right now. And as it is limiting your future, if it's limiting your future, it's limiting your now, right? Because our now affects our future. It plans for our future. It is our future. So write down what limitations that you have about yourself right now, and I'm a Cancer, so Cancer Sun and Cancer Rising, so I constantly am about digging up a root and seeing, where did this start, right? I need to know what is at the ground level of this, because if you get to the ground level of it, then when that limitation pops up again, it's like, you know what? Okay, so let's say your limitation is you want to be a gymnast, but you started doing your journaling on it and you got to the root of it, and you had remembered that there was one time when you were at a gymnastics camp or whatever, you overheard one of the parents saying, oh, she's not as good as she thinks, or whatever. And then now when you are trying to maybe try out for a new club, or you're trying to I don't know, if you're trying to one of my coworkers does graphic designing. So like, let's say if you started that you wanted to start showing off your graphic design, or even present your designs to a new company so you can start to work for them, You might limit yourself and not actually send that work in or even apply for the job now, because as a child you have heard, yeah, she's not even as good as she thinks. He's not even as good as he thinks. This person isn't even as good as they think. And so that has grounded itself into your subconscious, and now you act that way. So when you hear these limitations come up in your mind, these aren't times for you to go hard or to get hard on yourself and limit yourself. These are times where we expand beyond the mind and see, where does this come from? Does it truly resonate with my heart space? If I am wanting to go here, you owe it, or if you really want to go to a place, right? If you really wanted to join that company, you owe it to yourself to figure out why you are limiting yourself from stepping up, from gaining new experiences, from expanding. So when these limitations come up, get curious. Get curious. Like, that's all I can say is get curious. Curiosity feeds the soul and allows for the expansion of the soul. That is how you guys grow within this lifetime, is to get curious. Don't limit yourself. Get curious about that limitation. Don't let that limitation stop you. See how you can grow from that limitation, right? We are beings of change, of growth. So I just want to keep going and on and on and on about this. But I feel like it'd really be helpful for you guys to even maybe visualize when you guys, and this part was very helpful to me when I was trying to figure out where these limitations were coming from, is who does that voice sound like? Close your eyes and hear who that limitation sounds like. I promise you, the voice is not you. When you hear it, close your eyes, write it down, whatever it is. When you figure out who that voice is, I promise you it is not your voice. It is not your voice. And the ego's a tricky little bitch sometimes, right? Pardon my language, but it disguises, right? It conceals. And it, at some point, and that's what I was saying earlier, when something has happened in the past, it's not as fresh in the mind anymore, right? So we are perceiving it as our own. We are perceiving it as, this is my voice. This is me that thinks this way. But it was never you that thought that way. You experienced it and have taken it in within yourself and allowed it to grow root. But as the creator of your own world, you are also allowed to pick up that root and plant something new. But you can also look at that root that you have dug up and see who was at the bottom of that root. If it's that old gymnastics teacher or whatever it is who had set that limitation on you, it is not yours to keep nurturing anymore and watering it. It is yours to uproot it and plant something new. And that's what I keep getting with this Hierophant in the middle here, the Hierophant in reverse, is that you are meant to set your own path, your own tradition. Your soul is not someone that wants to listen to the limitations of somebody else. And I think that's what it's been, is the limitations of someone else has laid ground in you. And it's your job right now to uproot it. Let's see. And so the page of Pentacles in reverse right here says, when life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. And so instead of, if someone has gave you a limit in the past, it wasn't made into something more, it wasn't made into something that expanded, that made you expand in a way that brightened your soul up or anything. It made your soul hide away. It was like, oh, I don't like that, and that's valid, right? That hurts. If someone gives you a comment that is hurtful, then damn it, it's hurtful, right? So sometimes, when things, as an adult now, we can start to learn how to how to handle experiences better. So maybe instead of internalizing everything, we kind of build up that shield, not super defensive to where you can't allow anything in, but you can sit with yourself and be like, does that resonate with me? I know that person was being hurtful, but maybe that was just them projecting themselves onto me, right? And maybe, let's go back to that, that parent, that if that parent said something, or my example of the parent saying something to you being in gymnastics and was like, oh, she's not even that good, that parent might have been projecting their own fear that their own child isn't even that good, and that you might have looked better, and they were like, well, it could have been an act of jealousy, right? So it could be someone else's projections coming onto you. But what I am seeing right here, since you do have the star as your first card right here, is that there are lighter times ahead. And this is as you start to gain a better perspective of your mind and start to go deeper within your mind too, to see, oh, this root is here. Let's dig it up a little. Let's see what's at the end of this root. Oh, okay, that's not even mine. Let me plant something that is mine there. So, and I think that's going to make your heart space and your head space lighter too, is when you start to look deeper into these roots and see, where is this coming from? Is this mine? And I promise you, it's not yours. It's not yours. Oh my gosh, it's not yours. Let's see, Knight of Wands. Sometimes you have to be willing to bend the rules a little. Let's get a supporting card for this Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Oh, okay. So, wow, okay, I like that. So she's holding her own flame in this. As I was thinking about the Hierophant card, where someone else, like, if you have that flame, okay, let's think about flame as our chi, our energy space, right? Because that's what it is. When you think about a family unit, right, you guys would all hold the same flame. And I'm thinking about, like, as a family passes on the torch to another one, right? And you light your candle from their candle. And then, you know, one day your kid lights their candle from your candle, right? And it passes on, passes on, passes on. But I'm seeing you. She has her feet out the window right here, like she's leaving home, and she's holding her own candle. Your flame is in your own hands right now. And what your gentle message from your soul is that we don't have to share our flame from anyone else's. We don't even have to get our flame from anyone else's. I am my own flame. And I can walk away from the flame of somebody else. I can live my own life. You guys have Three of Cups. Three of Cups, come together with your coven. This is about creating your own group. Like, if where you are right now is not resonating, it's not hitting, right? Find that space where it is resonating, where this is like, oh, this shit hits, right? This is the people I want to be around. These are the people that lift me up. And it's sometimes just stepping out of that limitation. And, you know, like I was saying, if you wanted to get into graphic design, but you were limiting yourself not to get into graphic design because you were afraid, maybe start networking. Start, you know, if maybe it's not posting, or it's not getting into, or like putting, I don't know, sending your resume right away. Maybe it's, you know, meeting someone that is in graphic design and showing them your work, or asking them more about the company, letting that fire grow within you, letting that passion grow within you. Because someone that's in your own field, the field that you want to get into, I promise they're probably more passionate about it rather than someone that's not even in that field, that might be limiting you from even getting into that space. And also know that where other people might be limiting you, like I was saying again with that, like that parent that could have been jealous and was projecting that jealousy onto you, the people that might be limiting you might be jealous of how they can see that potential in you. You're someone that your aura shines so bright, right? And they can see how bright that you are. They can see how your potential, and they're like, whoa, that might be dangerous for them to be at a higher level than me, right? It could be that, you know, maybe if this was like with someone that was in their shadow masculine, right? And they were afraid that you would, you know, they see, like, if you were to gain more money than them, that would put them down as a masculine. See where the people could be projecting the limitations on you, and put yourself in a space where people are uplifting your energy, uplifting the places that you want to go. So again, like, this could be, you know, maybe emailing somebody from that company first, and, you know, asking, hey, do you mind if I have a chat with you about your company, about how your company works, about your work, about the work life at this company, about what it's like being a graphic designer, even if it's watching YouTubers from someone that's a graphic designer or something, and just seeing how they, like, the day in their life, or how they live their life. I feel like it's going to excite your soul. Your soul is like, let's hold that candle so close to us right now and keep lighting our own fire, right? We don't have to get our fire lit from anyone else. We light our own fire, and we're going to keep letting that fire grow and grow and grow. So I feel like that is your message from your soul. Let's get a quick work your lights. Oracle deck. Let's go in here and see another quick message from your soul. Let's see what we have to say. Reject a message from Power on the Books. Regards. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul Tribe. Inner temple devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart. You guys will be meeting this soul tribe, getting into the group again. Like I was saying, if this is just meeting somebody that is resonating with you guys about where you guys want to be, so you can learn from them, even if it's just looking up YouTube videos to see, oh, this is how, you know, people in my I don't know, my perceived world, my dream reality live, you know, resonating with that, gaining a bigger perspective of what that dream reality is even like. You're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. Protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. Bottom of the deck you have, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light to fit in? So again, the limitations of others right now, they might be holding you back. Protect yourself. Cut those cords. And those cords can be cut, and then, I mean, maybe those, at least for me personally, like I would cut the cord after I look deeper at that cord. I want to see what's at the root of it, because if you know, this limitation ever presents itself to me again, I need to know what is there, right? If my limitation, if you know, you figure out that the limitation was, you know, oh, this was the voice of that parent that had said this about me, and now, like, if you ever try to limit yourself again, you'll be like, it was that person. No, this isn't my own limitation, right? I can grow beyond this, because I know it's not me that wants to limit myself. But you're being told that you are one enough as you already are, right? You don't need anyone else to feed into. I mean, it's always nice to, but you don't need anyone else to feed into the aspect of other people trying to make you whole, because you are whole as you are. And also, you don't need anyone to, like, you don't, if this is like family or friends or whatever it is that is saying that you aren't ready to do something, no, you know that you are ready to do something, and that's why you're feeling that urge to need to do this and that and that. So when you get that limitation that pops up, see it as an act of rebellion. Like, I think that's also part of the Sagittarius energy, is the act of rebellion, is that I am here to build my own world. I'm here to explore and to evolve. So when limitations come up, that's when you get curious, because that is the way that we evolve. But I like that you have the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe, next to inner temple, devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart, and as you tune into your heart space and start listening, start listening from your heart space instead of from your logical space. You're going to be led to the groups that you need to be led to. You're going to be led to the people that support you, that want to see you thrive, that aren't going to put you down because you want to expand. These are the people that want you to expand and want to expand with you. So that's all I'm getting for you guys today. I wish you guys the absolute best. Write in a journal, dig up these. I'm seeing a butterfly right here. You guys are in the aspect of change right now. I've seen 2 butterflies so far with you guys. So this is a period of change for you guys. I wish you guys the absolute best, and I will see you guys next time for another video, maybe in another pile if you feel called to go to another pile. But I'll catch you guys next time. I wish you guys absolute love and light. I hope you guys feel free enough to spread the love and light to others, and I will catch you guys later. Bye. Peace. Alrighty, pile number 2. Let's get into your rating. So, pile number 1 was a good rating. I have a good feeling that you guys are gonna have a good rating too. I feel like all these are gonna be good ratings. I feel it. But let's get into your card. I want to show you guys your card a little bit closer up. You guys' card, it's so beautiful. Look at that. Endless opportunities. So, I'm feeling like you guys are just in abundance. Like, you guys didn't need 2 cards. You guys, your card says it all. Endless opportunities. I'm seeing a butterfly with you guys too. Ooh, maybe you guys like to travel. I'm thinking about the migration season for monarchs right now. So maybe you guys are feeling called to travel, and that you guys gain more opportunities and open yourself up to even more opportunities when you guys don't limit yourself in the aspect of space. Yes, okay, that's what I'm feeling for that one. But let's read your card if you guys don't mind. If you guys don't want to listen to this part, you guys can feel free to skip ahead. But we are going to read card number 23, Endless Opportunities. And this is who you are at a soul level. Someone that is just expansive in every way possible. Someone that I feel like, sorry, I have to keep adjusting this. I just got a new ear piercing, and I don't want it to touch that part. It's kind of skinnier. Sorry, I'm trying to make this more comfy for you. Alright, let's read this. Endless opportunities. Decision making, choice, crossroads, unrealized opportunities, taking the path of least resistance, heart over mind, direction, focused energy, the high road or the low road. This is the total opposite of group number 1. It'd be very rare, I feel like, if group number 1 also pick group number 2 too, but it might also be interesting to watch group number 1 too. Right here. How do I do this now? Okay. Decisions, options and opportunities. It's wonderful that we have the freedom to choose, but times of indecision can be so hard and almost suffocating. The more we use our minds to battle the pros and cons, the more we move out of our hearts. Often the best way forward is to take a step back and do what it takes to get out of your head and into your body so your gut feeling can guide the way. Actually, wait, this is kind of resonating with pile number 1 too a little. Alright. When you make a choice, you may consider anything that doesn't feel like a total yes or a total no. Perhaps none of the apparent options are right, or any choice could be the right one if you wholeheartedly pick a direction and give it your best shot. When faced with a decision, check where your integrity lies. Peel back the layers to see where you are making your choices from. Are you choosing from fear-based survival or places of love? A choice founded in love can make you feel light, excited, passionate, and give you butterflies. It might feel a little scary, but in a good way. It might not make sense to your mind, but it may seem out of your comfort zone or undermine your logic. The low road can look like the safest, easiest path. It may avoid or lessen immediate pain or confrontation, but it would be wrong, winding and exhausting. The high road may look protruding, but it will cut through old stories and lead directly to the heart for growth and transformation. When you choose to step forward boldly, it takes courage. You will discover a place of trust. Rather than staying small, hiding, or running away. Honestly, I don't know why I just told y'all that this is not the energy of group number 1, when I am feeling group number 1 energy in here too. That's crazy. Maybe you guys might have some messages of group number 1 too. Rather than staying small, hiding, or running away, you will expand and open yourself to growth. This is where magic happens and synchronicities you could have never imagined land in your lap. But first, you have to step into the unknown and let your heart guide you. What if everything you wanted was right here in front of you? Make the important decisions to let go of outdated limitations. You guys, alright, I look like a fool in the beginning, but maybe you guys should go watch pile number 1. I feel like there could be a message in here for pile number 1 here too. Make the important decision to let go of outdated limitations. What could be the worst that happens? Reach for what you want and know it is closer than you realize. Oh, my ear. You have options and opportunities that you may have not realized. The universe wants to give you what you want. It's all there. So reach out and wholeheartedly choose it. While you sit on the fence, your experiences are diluted or confusing. We live in a time of choices. Sometimes reason and limitation direct our choices, and we feel unfulfilled as a result. Choose life from a place of heart, compassion, and integrity. You cannot go wrong. So, you guys, like, this card is kind of reminding me of the Seven of Cups, right? This is like, I have so much in front of me. Which one do I pick? And so that leads to the indecisiveness, right? But it's it's kind of feeling like, again, that at a soul level, you guys are just so abundant. And it's like, how can I pick when I have all this in front of me? It's like if I gave you 400 jewels and I told you to pick your favorite one, you'd be like, there's just so many beautiful ones. How do I pick it? This could be at a soul level, someone that feels very grateful towards life, someone that is, you know, if I had to like look on, have you guys ever seen like the little pyramids of consciousness, right? And you see like at the bottom, you might have fear, you might have anger, you might have sadness, and then grief, and then it goes up, like there's joy, there's fulfillment, blah, blah, blah. You guys are sitting at the place of gratitude on the soul level. Like, I hear y'all, I'm trying to, alright, let's just fight through it. But at a soul level, you guys are someone that is, like, if I had to represent you, or if I had to give you guys an emotion on that pyramid of consciousness, you guys would be at the center of gratitude. And the center of gratitude is opposite of what, right? Gratitude is the opposite of non-presence, right? It's when you are present, you are okay, you are accepting, you are at ease. And it's because I'm okay with what I have, and I'm okay with what I have right now. And it's like, at a soul level, I feel like you guys, when you guys have endless okay, at a soul level, if you guys have these endless opportunities, you guys could just always be in that state of gratitude. Now, I'm saying this at a soul level, right? At a level that maybe is not at the soul level yet. Maybe if you haven't integrated the soul yet, maybe if you guys aren't fully in touch with the soul yet, you might not feel that state of gratitude. So your biggest struggle in this lifetime might be to stay in a state of presence, to stay in your now. And like I told group number one, is maybe reading the book The Power of Now, and maybe just meditation practices too, because there are so many things in front of you, right? And there's so many things to be grateful for. It's like, what do I pick? If I pick wrong, like, what will happen if I pick wrong? There's so many good opportunities. How do I know which one to pick? And so that's when you get attuned again with that, oh, this is what a full body yes feels like to me. This is what a full body no feels like to me. And even if you pick that, and then it doesn't end up the way that you expected it, the way that you wanted it, be grateful for that opportunity, right? That was an experience to learn. And now that sets you on a whole new path, right? Every decision, like, we are constantly redeciding our fates, right? At any point, our fate can change. And me as a tarot reader, as an oracle reader, I can give you an aspect of what is to come, but at any point that can change if you decide something different. I can only give you what I see from the path you are traveling right now. At any point, you can turn around, you can do this and that. And that realigns you. That changes everything that I could have said, right? So what I'm feeling like for you guys is at one of maybe your biggest challenges in life is to gain your presence of now, to find gratitude in the presence of now. And then when you are presented with a lot of great opportunities, you know, maybe not fighting so hard to even try to pick one, just maybe pick one, right? Kind of like trusting yourself enough that you're like, you know what, whichever one I pick is going to be the right one, right? I cannot pick wrong, because at any point, I'm just recreating my fate. I'm co-creating with the universe, and the universe is presenting me so many, and I'm just going to pick one, right? I'm co-creating with the universe right now. So the universe gave me all these opportunities, and I'm just going to pick one. Regardless of which one I pick, something's going to happen regardless, and I'm still throwing the punches. It could be something amazing. It could be something that doesn't feel so amazing. Wow, a hummingbird. Okay, and hummingbirds are the only birds that, right? Hummingbirds can fly backwards, right? And they also just stay. Wow, I'm just looking at this hummingbird right now. It is absolutely beautiful. But I'm noticing how it's kind of flying backwards, but it's also staying in place, right? It's flying backwards, but it's just flapping. It's like flapping in the same spot. So that is just reminding me of the moment of presence, right? I think that's beautiful that just came up. And also, you guys have a lot of butterflies in your card too, and I was mentioning butterflies earlier too. So this is the aspect of change. But I'm noticing how these butterflies are all in bubbles right now. And it's like none of these bubbles have popped yet, so the aspect of change has not taken place yet because none of these bubbles have popped. You haven't popped the bubble yet. So the universe is waiting on you to decide, right? What I was saying in the beginning, that you guys just feel like an abundant group. You guys are always having, I just heard graceful moments coming towards you. So I feel like you guys might be fearful of, what if I pick this and it's wrong? But what if it's also a graceful moment, or a graceful moment, a moment that bridges you even closer to your divine self, that bridges you even closer to your desired reality. So when you're making decisions, again, what I was talking about in the card, if you are making the decision based off of fear, you are putting yourself farther away from your soul, right? The soul doesn't make decisions based off of fear. It makes decisions based off of expansion, based off of my all-knowing, based off of what I feel is right for me. And when I feel is right for me is what I know is right for me. So instead of limiting yourself to what if this does not happen, what if this happens, start to switch those what ifs to, what if something amazing happens? What if this is something great? What if I do amazing? What if this product that I sell sells out? So this is what I'm getting from your group so far. Let's get some supporting cards from you guys. Actually, I want to look at your sacred geometry. Let's do this one first. Alright, who is pile number one? No, I want to ask a different question. Pile number one, I just called you guys pile number one. You guys are pile number two. I'm going to ask, what opportunities are being presented to you guys right now that you guys might not be paying attention to? What opportunities are being presented to my pile number two right now that they might not be paying attention to? What opportunities are being present to my pile number two right now that they might not be paying attention to? Connection. Soul. Curiosity. That's all I'm going to take right now. Oh, this one too. That one wanted to come out, so we're going to take it. And we have time. So, I like this. All right, so with the aspect of time being on the bottom of the deck, what you guys might not be paying, an opportunity that you guys might not be paying attention to, is that you have all the time in the world. The only time, like, and you, again, as that co-creator of life, get to decide how you want to make use of that time, what you want to do with that time in general. And something that my cousin said to me one time was that, like, regardless, time is going to pass. You just got to decide how you want to do it, or you just got to decide what you want to do with that time. And you guys, if you are limiting yourself based off of a fear-based aspect, know that that fear is not you. That is the ego, right? The soul is never going to put you in that place of fear in terms of a limitation, right? It might be fearful as in, I'm about to experience change and this feels scary, but I have to do it anyways, right? I just have to be scared and do it. So the opportunity that you guys are being given right now is to expand and connect with yourself on a soul level, and to get curious about where your soul is leading you. And then you guys have forgiveness at the end, card number 20. The energy of forgiveness strengthens our capacity to let go of unwanted feelings and emotions. So you guys are given the opportunity to let go of limitations, right? When you have this white card right here, this is creating a blank space. the fears and the limitations that were building up that space and making it heavy, you're getting an opportunity to let it all go. Is to wipe the slate, or wipe the wipe the slate clean, right? Is that the saying? But you're given an opportunity right now is to bridge that gap that you have between your soul right now to where you might be living in a more egoic, fearful environment, to connect and bridge that gap right now, so you can live in the curiosity of the soul. When you get curious about something, and let your curiosities not be from the heaviness of limitations. Letting your curiosity be from a blank slate, from it being from the curiosity of the soul. What if I do great? What if I expand? What if this goes even better than I thought? What if I get and meet all the people that I'm supposed to meet? Instead of, what if I fail? What if I do this? And damn it, if you do, use it as a learning experience. That's when the curiosity comes in again, and you say, well, how can I make this even better? I learned from this last time, and I've seen and I've experienced this last time, so how can I do even better the next time? So right now, you're being called to surrender to the aspect of time and know that you have all of the time in the world to get this right. You guys might have to do something over and over and over again, but if it's for the aspect of living within your soul, living within your highest good, do it again. Do it until you get it right. Do it until you get to a point where you can start seeing every mistake, quote unquote, as a learning experience, how to get even better. Because in the future, you might be teaching other people how to do the same, and people might need your guidance. And because you've gone through so many pitfalls or whatever, you know how to grow, you know how to jump over them, you know how to walk through them and still keep going. So when someone else is going through it, you're like, just do this. And it's because you've learned, right? Every opportunity for you is a place of curiosity, is a place for you guys to grow. And I'm seeing a fox in my head. You guys, they say that they're cunning, but foxes are also they're brilliant. Like, they are sneaky, but you know how smart you have to be to I'm just thinking about how smart a fox really is. It is because a fox is curious, right? It sits and watches, it does things, and then it makes its move. Did that make sense? It does things and then it makes its move. It makes its move after a period of watching, and it's because it's learned a strategy. So when you guys are going through parts where it's like, damn, that I messed up, quote unquote messed up, now you have a new, now that's when you get curious and build a strategy so you guys can be even better the next time. So the endless opportunities that you guys experience as a soul is from a place of connection and curiosity. It's from a place of always connecting even deeper to your soul. When those parts happen, you don't pull away from the soul and start beating yourself up. You pull closer to the soul and see, how can I expand, right? The soul is a place of expansion and a place of growth. The ego is in a place of fear and limitation. So instead of pulling back from the soul and putting yourself back into that ego, how can I stay right here with my soul? How can I just keep getting curious and keep wanting to expand? I want to get the Sacred Destiny deck, actually. Alright, the endless opportunities for my group number 2. Let's ask, Ashley, how can pile number 2 accept these opportunities? Let go of fear is what I heard, and I just felt something in my gut. You guys got openness. This is allowing yourself to this is opening yourself up to whatever the outcome is, right? When we pull ourselves out of the now. If I say I want to go do something, and then I start to think, well, what if this happens? You're not in the now anymore. You're in the future. Or you could be like, oh, but this happened in the past, and so what if this happens now? You're limiting yourself to your past, and you are limiting yourself to a distorted future. So you're not in the now. Open yourself to what can happen now. Just live in that now and see and if you do pull yourself out of the now and start thinking about the future, think about, what if it's amazing? What if I expand? What if I do great things? And if you do pull yourself out of that now and you end up going to the past, say, oh, but what if I do better than that? What if I've grown? Right? Don't limit yourself to how far you've grown. You have grown. And then community. So how can you pull, or how can you open yourself up to these opportunities, is to allow expansion right now. Allow yourself to be cracked open, even if it's a sense of vulnerability right now. Abundance at the bottom of the deck. You guys are abundant souls. You guys are constantly being given opportunities. You just have to take them. Don't fear your opportunities that you are given. Open up to them. And then also, this could be helped through a community. Maybe if you want to, an opportunity that you are being given right now is, maybe you're an artist and you want to, the opportunity that you are given right now is to, I don't know, is to work at a art gallery, or to, yeah, let's just say your opportunities to work at an art gallery. This could be like opening yourself up to the criticism of others, or even opening yourself up to the artwork of others and seeing how other people had built themselves up to start showing their art at an art gallery. Gaining your knowledge, like becoming open to a new experience so you can gain knowledge from it, so you can like open yourself to the curiosity of a new experience. And then when you're in that new experience, take in the knowledge of the community around you, take in the information of those around you. If you're an artist and then you got this job at an art gallery, you might not be at the place where you are the one putting your artwork in the art gallery, but you're in a place where you can network amazing right now. So don't limit yourself. It's all I have to say. You guys are abundant on a soul level. You guys are constantly being given opportunities. It's about taking in those opportunities. And when you start to be fearful of an opportunity that is coming your way, also know the difference between fear and intuition, right? Intuition might be telling you, no, we don't need to go here. Fear might be screaming at you, I don't want to go here, I don't want to go here, right? Fear, the ego screams, the soul whispers, right? So sometimes you got to quiet down and see when it does quiet down, see who that was coming from, right? If it is coming from a place of lack and limitation, no, it is not of your soul. All right, so that's all I have for you guys today. I wish you guys absolute love and light. Maybe you guys are feeling called to go see what pile number 1 was up to in their reading, or if you guys are feeling called to another pile, go ahead and drift that way. But I wish you guys the absolute love and light, or I wish you guys the absolute best is what I wanted to say, but I wish you guys also love and light along your journey throughout the day. I hope you guys find I hope you guys find peace throughout the day, and I will catch you guys next time in another pile, in another video. Yeah, bye, peace. Alright, pile number 3. Let's get into your reading. So, you guys have Realm Bridger and Air. I think these are 2 fascinating cards, because immediately I'm thinking that, like, as someone that can bridge the realms, you guys seem like the portal to source. Like, you guys gain information from source, but you also give information to source too. So I'm also thinking that, like, you guys might also be, wow, like I just heard in my head, like a member of the Galactic Council, or someone that helps out the Galactic Council to get more information on this 3D plane. Yeah, it's like you guys are the, wow, I'm just seeing like you guys are the kid of the angels. You guys are the source of knowledge. You guys, wow. You guys. This is really seeming like an angelic soul is what I'm talking to right now. It's like you guys, wow. I can't stop saying wow. It's like you guys present your knowledge to the divine, and they present their knowledge to you. Wow, you guys are definitely starseed energy right here. Wow, I love this. I love. I'm also giving Atlantis energy. the crown chakra is very highlighted with you guys too. It's like when you guys take what you see from the etheric plane, from the ethers, and you guys, or the etheric plane and the astral plane, and you guys materialize it. So anything that you have felt or seen from those realms, you guys bring it down to the material plane, to this 3D world, to present it to other people. So you guys might, you know how they say that a writer gets their divine creativity from the source, right? Or, you know, they tap into they tap into their what's the word that I'm looking for, their divine consciousness, and just start writing. The same with the painter, the same with I don't know, an actor, whatever. They tap into that divine source. You know what I'm thinking of right now is, you know, in the movie Soul, where they talk about when you're in the zone, right? And then you enter that like astral plane, like that etheric plane. And I feel like that's you guys. You guys live in between those worlds. So when you guys are in a space, maybe something that really highlights your inner child right here, because it looks like a kid with the angel wings right here. When you guys are doing something that lights up that inner child, that lights you up, you guys enter that realm, and then you guys are able to create so vast. Like, I'm literally, my head is like swerving to like a beat or something. Maybe you guys are a musician. Maybe you guys have a song that needs to be heard, and that can just be sharing your frequency, sharing your truth. And you guys might do that by sharing, like if you guys were an artist, you guys were a musician, it's sharing what you create. It's because it's coming straight from the divine down to you, down to this realm. So let's get more into your pile. What does pile number 3 see? What is given to them? What is given to pile number 3? Oops. What is given to pile number 3? Kindness, divine feminine. And I want one. Wait, I'm about to read this card to you guys. Connection. Okay, so in the middle of these two cards, you guys have the card connection, card number 14. And this, let me actually read it to you guys. At the at the bottom of the deck, we have the third chakra. The energy of the solar plexus chakra helps us to realize who we are and who we want to be, so we can set a course towards our goals. Wow, and there's something that's telling me that there's something that you wanted to do as a kid that you might have been, other people might have doubted you, or you started doubting yourself at some point, to where you pushed it out of your realm of consciousness, out of what you can see now, out of what you can grasp now. And you might be in a career now that does not have any alignment to what you really want out of this lifetime. So what I'm seeing for you as a soul is that you're supposed to get into alignment to your authentic way of action, is what I'm feeling. Which is funny, because you guys have the divine feminine, which is divine, is the way of being, but you also have this third chakra right here that is the way of action. So in between these two cards of connection, you have the energy of kindness, reminds us to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to source. Again, the connection to source. And then we have the divine feminine. The frequency of the divine feminine supports our soft, receptive, and nurturing side, facilitating our intuition and intrinsic understanding of our connection to the cosmos. Again, with that crown chakra for you guys, it's very highlighted. You guys are connected to source in a way that is, I feel like, beyond what maybe I could even grasp, because I can't even fully say it to you guys the way you guys are connected to source. But it's like this crown chakra for you is just, it's just an open portal. You guys yourself are a portal, and I'm feeling like you guys need to make your third chakra a portal too, for your way of action. Like you guys might have strong gut feelings about, like, oh, there's something I really want to do, and it's like, and it's because you're getting that information straight from source. It's pouring into you, so you guys can pour out what they want, like if it's like, oh, I have been really called to write a song, right? You guys are getting that from this crown chakra, and it's coming right here to your third chakra, so it can be produced, and you guys are meant to produce what is given to you so other people can take note of it, can take the frequency that you give them. And this can be sharing your kindness to others, right? But as we have the kindness card here, it can literally be as simple as volunteering. You guys might be like, I'm thinking like maybe like a big brother little sister campaign, where you guys might just be that divine light for other people. It's because you guys have the divine light of source just shining through you, and as we all do, but you guys, yours is just radiating even more powerful. You guys are rooted in source energy. I just love that you guys have this connection card in between two cards that are talking about your connection to source. As you express your kindness to others, you guys are also building a greater relationship with source. But as you also dive into your passions, you guys are gaining a better connection with source, but also gaining loyalty and trust with source too, because you are trusting what has been given to you. And this is also about being in your divine nature too. Your receptive side is what's calling most out of this divine feminine side, is being receptive to the ideas, the information given to you. As someone that is able to be the bridge in between realms, you guys might be constantly getting, stimulation of things, right? Constantly getting source activations, messages from source, messages from other people's guides. Maybe it's even like walking past somebody and their guide tells you, or your guides tell them, or their guides tell you, or your guides tell you, hey, this person needs this, right? This person needs this or that right now. And then you're like, oh yeah, let me give that to them. And make sure you are not in a space where you are over giving, of course, because there needs to be a balance between giving and receiving. But I feel like I feel like your relationship to source is that action of source is giving you information to relay, and you are giving it out to the public. And this could be through public speaking, as I just said, public. But you guys are meant to share your gift. You guys have been given such a divine gift that is meant to be shared. Let's do Starseed Oracle deck first to see what comes out. At a soul level. Jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. As I was saying, the call of action is something that you guys need to jump into. When you guys get that feeling, when you guys get that idea from source, produce it. And that's something that I need to do too. I feel like this video is kind of calling me out the same way too. Sometimes I'll get that idea, like I need to paint something, and it's like I can see it so perfectly, I'm getting the vision of it, and then sometimes I hold back on it. I'm like, maybe I should wait, maybe I should do this and this and that. I'm like, no, I need to produce it. More about my pile number 3. Who are they at a soul level? Okay, I'm getting just one card is what they're saying. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, and rest. Again, with that feminine energy, that action of receptivity. But also the sense of water in your garden. Oh, I love how she's standing in this water right here too. So this is like also, okay, but she's standing at the water looking at, I was gonna say looking at source. She's looking at the star. So maybe you, like your star family, you guys get, and I was saying with this group, right? Wasn't I saying you guys might relay messages from the Galactic Council and also relay messages to the Galactic Council. As she's looking at the stars, maybe you guys can get inspiration from looking at the stars. Star frequency, something like there's and maybe even just tapping into Andromeda energy, maybe the frequency of Andromeda. And maybe you guys might have a hard time trying to produce these things that you guys are being called to produce, because your energy is being called in multiple places, right? You're getting a lot of information daily. And that kind of reminds me of Andromedan energy, because Andromedans are like little, what's the word? Nomadic, right? They're constantly moving, is what I wanted to say. Andromedans, their home planet isn't really their home planet anymore, and they kind of just live in little starships now. So that reminds me of your pile a little. Like, you guys might just be getting a lot of information. It's like, well, where do I go? All right, I'm being called in a lot of different places. Let me just go over here, right? It's like, but it's telling you to go to where your energy is being called, like, as in, like, where your energy wants to produce, right? If you are feeling called to write a song, try to sit down and see what you can, what can come out of that song. It doesn't have to be a full song right away, but like maybe it's a couple verses, and that's all you need, right? And I bet you you'll feel great after even doing a couple verses. And of course, when you start to produce new things, when you start to produce new creative activities, don't be hard on yourself if it's not perfect, if it's not the way that you thought it would look, because it's the way that it's supposed to be. All right, so you are walking the path of perfection to discover paradise. Do not hurry. It will happen one way or another. Take small steps and enjoy the journey. That's what I was kind of saying with you guys right there, is that also I like that there's a jewel right here on the third eye chakra. You guys might also be able to see what you guys are meant to create. I'm seeing blue, and blue kind of reminds me of serious energy, but also, I don't know why, when I think of Andromeda, I think of blue colored skin. Don't Andromedans have more bluish skin? Huh. That's what I'm thinking of. Or maybe, is there a blue flame? Blue flame meditation? I don't know what that's for, but maybe that's something that calls to you. But take small steps and enjoy the journey. Like I was saying, that like if you start to create something, it might not be perfect right away. Maybe you have to tweak it down the road, or maybe it's just, you only write a verse, and that's okay. That's a starting place, right? That's amazing. You're starting to act, and that's what you're being called to do. More about my palette number 3. Who are they? Are so lovely. I just heard divine creators. You guys are divine creators. True life happens from one moment to the next. You will find the love you long for in the here and now. The time for the highest divine love has come now. Be open and gentle in every life situation. There's a lot of pink coming in too. Maybe you guys are supposed to express through your heart chakra too. Milhael has spoken. I'm the light in the darkness. I will guide you back to divine love. All lower energy must bow before my power. You guys are getting a lot of cards about love right now. Maybe you guys are supposed to experience a divine love within this lifetime. A fresh wind is blowing into your life. Believe in your divine guidance, and recognize all the gifts along your path. This is again about sharing your gifts, sharing your divine knowledge, sharing what you see, what you feel, what you know to be true, and what you feel to be true. You are now in need of rest and recuperation. It is only when cradled in the silence of a powerful being that you can achieve self-awareness and follow your soul path with divine clarity. So this might be taking a pause to figure out, where am I being called? What attributes do I have that need to be shared with other people? What have I hidden away from other people that I have limited myself in, that I need to share with other people? Aradia has spoken. Your inner servitude is over. Your beliefs and dependencies are melting away. I'm awakening the magic that will I'm awakening the magic that will free you. Know that freedom begins in thoughts. So again, what I was saying, like where you have limited yourself in the past, or to where you have kind of dismissed something from the past, this is time to bring it back into your mind. Bring it back into a place of action right now. And you know, of course, after you discover what you want to act towards. And some of you guys might already know, and this is about getting into action. And some of you guys don't know because you've been bouncing around. It's time to take a pause and sit within yourself and see, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? Where is my energy needed? Bottom of the deck, you have your true power is the light of your magic. Remember that you are a powerful, magical creature. And this is also about trusting the magic and the power that has been given to you. What you are constantly, like, you guys, if you guys have that crown chakra open, you are constantly transmuting energy. You are constantly deciphering messages from the divine, messages from out of this earthly plane. So, and it might seem crazy to do so, but this is where you call in your inner trust. This is where you trust yourself even deeper and trust the power that you have and trust the magic that you guys have, because you guys have been bestowed this power to share with other people. So, like it says right there, find the light of your own magic. When you experience these divine moments, be so grateful for it. Be like, wow, I am so powerful. I am so magical. Embrace that light within yourself, embrace that magic within yourself and within your own energetic spaces. That's about all I have for you guys today. I am so grateful to have shared this message with you guys, and that you guys were here to allow me to give you this message. So I wish you guys absolute love and light on your journey. Sit with the meditation, maybe see where your energy is being called. But I wish you guys absolute love and light. I hope you guys are feeling free enough to spread your love and light with others and receive the love and light that I'm sharing with you guys today. I will catch you guys maybe in another pile or another video. So I'll catch you next time. Bye. Peace. Alright, so pile number 4. I made an oopsies, okay? Also, my forehead looks huge right now. We're gonna do this, okay? I was calling you guys pile number 3 the whole time. The whole time. Alright? You picked the right pile. I made a mistake. So I just want you guys to know that yes, you did pick the right pile. And yes, I did call you pile number 3 the whole time. But are you pile number 3? No. Okay? No. So I just wanted you guys to know that. I'm telling you now. If you skip over this part, y'all just gonna be a little confused. But whoops. That's all I can say is oopsie. Okay? I'm sorry. Alright. Enjoy your pile. Alright. You guys can hear me. So let's get into it. Oh, there's a spider. There's always a spider on this table. I think it just has a home here. But yeah. Alright, so you guys have the third eye chakra and our ancient future. I just realized you guys can't see those two. Let me if I can move it down this way. Move this down a little bit more. Alright, so immediately I'm thinking to myself, because you guys have pineal perspective right here under the third eye. And then if I look at this right here, I have a pyramid right here too. So you guys might have had a lifetime in Sirius. And I want to say Series B because there's a mermaid right here too, and a lot of water life. So if you know anything about star seeds in Sirius, Series B is the water planet. And yeah, you guys might have had a lifetime there, maybe even a lifetime as a mermaid, which is so cool. But at a soul level, who you guys are is someone that sees and thinks from right here. You guys, your perspective of life is off of your intuition, off of, and I really want to say sacred geometry is what keeps popping up when I think about your pile. There's wisdom, like there's wisdom within your third eye. You guys might be a group that has a lot of intuitive dreams, has a lot of, oh my gosh, like this is the group of seers. Like, I want to tell you guys this real quick after I take my sip. But I had this dream a couple weeks ago, and I was in my kitchen looking out this window, which itself has a whole meaning to it, but we're not going to go too deep into this dream because I can sit down and talk about every dream I've had, and we can sit here for hours, days, years. But in this dream, I was staring out the window, and my aunt Ted came to me and was like, Kaya, isn't it scary sometimes that you're a seer, just like Aunt Josephine? And I was like, yeah, sometimes it is crazy that I'm a seer, but like blah blah blah, and then like we were kind of just going deeper into that. But I just, oh, my cardinal's right here. It's eating something. Oh my gosh. Okay, so and cardinals also have to deal with ancestors. So maybe you guys have like your superpowers or whatever, your spiritual gifts, your spiritual gifts are something that have been passed down through generations. So maybe looking at, you know, the woman in your family, the men in your family, something to see what's been passed down throughout generations, even if it's just going deeper into your family history. Maybe just doing like, you know, those ancestry in me, whatever it's called, like where you like get your DNA and then like you see your family history line, like everywhere your family's been. And I don't know, what if you find out you were like your family had history in Salem or something and like you guys were witches? Like, wouldn't that be so cool? But you guys might have even had a past life in Egypt too. But yeah, maybe you guys, like if you do like your ancestry thing, maybe one of the things that will pop up is like Northern Africa or something like that. But you guys definitely, there's something that's been passed down throughout generations here. And I just noticed right here, wow, okay, there's two fish right here and it has a yin and yang on each one. So, and they're also communicating right here through, is it, it's through telepathy. They're telepathic? Through, all right, they're using why can't I find the right words? Telepathic powers is what we'll say, is what they're using to communicate with each other. Because when you think about it, like if you're underwater, right, you're not opening your mouth to just speak, right? Like you're probably just, you know, using that, you know, using telepathy. Why does that sound so weird to say? Is that the correct way to pronounce it? But yeah, you guys, wow, so much goes on with you guys that doesn't even have to be said, right? It's because it's seen. Like you guys don't have to say anything, you just see it all. And you guys might like have a challenge in life to where you might be afraid to act on something because you already know, or you've already seen you've already seen an outcome, or you have a desired outcome that you've seen and you're like, what if it doesn't line up with that outcome? But then, you know, that's where the thought comes in, well, what if it does, right? What if and this is something that I've had to teach myself, is that like my mind will only program it to my highest potential, right? My mind is programmed to my highest potential. The things that I want are because it's within alignment to me to get, right? If I have seen and felt and truly like intuitively felt that I'm meant to be a millionaire, then it's within my desired path to do so. And you know, now once you realize that, it's about getting out of your own way to get there, right? Because you can have that desired reality and you are meant to have it, but you can keep setting you can keep setting yourself back along the way if you limit yourself repeatedly, because you know, are making unconscious decisions that lead you further away from your own truth and lead you further away from your own potential. But you guys have the divine knowledge of the seer. You guys are able to see multiple oh my gosh, and I wish the multidimensionality card came out. Oh, I'm thinking about this deck actually that has the multidimensionality card, because I feel like you guys have this like ability to see all the possible outcomes and also have the ability to grasp multidimensionality, right? As in the fact that or the idea that everything is happening at once, right? Every reality is happening at once. So when you guys get that thought, or you guys get that vision, dream, whatever it is, to where you see yourself, you know, having your dream job in the future, it's because it's meant to happen. But you know, it's making sure you don't get in your own way along the way. So when those moments happen, it's meant as motivation. And sometimes it's scary at first, right? To where like we see our big goal at the end, and sometimes we're afraid to act because we're like, how do I even get to that goal? Like, it just seems so big, and it's because we're looking at it straight on rather than zooming out, right? So I think that's might be helpful to you guys, is to zoom out sometimes once you guys get that vision. So yeah, like I'm looking at this card right now and I'm seeing how, like, you see how these bubbles are it's like they're trying to get your attention, guys, or my attention, whatever. But you see how it's like there's outer rims, right? So like this is like, that part can seem too big, so you zoom out and you see the bigger perspective, and that's when you're like, I feel like your knowledge comes in. But you guys are like rooted down like down to your DNA to be able to see beyond. Like, sometimes you guys, I feel like you guys might be the group that has a hard time staying in now, because you see so much of the future and you're like, how do I get there? And that might, like, your future might be presenting a better situation that is now, but acceptance of it now will help lead you to the future. It will help guide you to the future even easier, because at any point when we do not accept our now, we are causing friction, right? And then the universe is like, oh, they're not ready, I'm gonna wait for them to be okay, so then I can help. So then, like, you guys can be aligned to what you, or you guys, I don't want to say this, so you guys can be ready to receive. When you are able to receive the now and accept the now, you will able to, you're preparing yourself to receive for the future and be accepting of the future too. Because even when you get to where you want, right, life is not going to be perfect still. There's going to be circumstances at every corner, and when you accept the now, then you're able to gain, a better perspective of how to overcome new circumstances, but also acceptance of things don't always have to be okay, right? Things don't always have to be perfect. So yes, that is the immediate message that I'm getting for you guys, is that you guys are divine seers and you guys hold the knowledge within your hands. And I'm seeing, like, have you guys seen Labyrinth, where I don't know what the thing is called, but I think he was called a seer. Was he not called a seer? Where the thing had like hands in his eyes. I feel like that's you guys. Like, you guys, it might also be able to see, oh my gosh, you guys might be like I'm thinking about the type of witch right now, to where like you can just touch something and you can see its past, its future, the history of an object. I feel like history is very important to you guys, and it might be your ancestral lineage that is sending you messages throughout your third eye. It could be sending wow, okay, so also I'm thinking about, if you look through your family lineage, there might be past fears that might be making its way to you guys too. Like I was saying earlier when I was talking about my dream, you know, when my aunt was asking me, isn't it scary being able to see the future? Wow, I feel like your ancestors predicted you. Like, you guys might be the one to like break a family curse or something, or do something huge within your family, and your ancestors years and years ago predicted you. Like, I feel that very strongly. All right, so let's get some more cards for you guys. I want to see what kind of seer you are. What do you see? What do you see? Okay, actually, let's use the Starseed Oracle deck first. Also, you guys might be able to see other people at their depths too. And also, okay, let me say this first. With this pearl right here, I'm just thinking about, you guys might be able to see people at their shadows, things that like have built up over a while is what I'm feeling like. You guys might be Scorpios or have heavy Scorpio placements in your chart. I'm literally seeing like someone that is ruling, someone has a crown, like maybe in a past life you guys had a crown or something like that. Let's see more about my pile number, you guys are pile number 3. What kind of seer are they? Sorry, I want to switch decks actually. I want to switch decks to my Cosmos Oracle. Sorry, I'm being a little indecisive. I wonder if you guys can resonate with that. Like, if you guys could see so many futures, you might be like, it definitely with the sense of multidimensionalities, and you can see everything happening at once, every outcome, every fate happening at once. I feel like that would make me very indecisive. It's like, well, which route do I take? All right, what kind of seer is my pile number 3? Cycles, timing, perseverance. What kind of seer is my pile number 3? Again, I'm feeling the multidimensionality part again because there's a little infinity sign right here. What kind of sphere? Threshold. Yes, okay. Desired outcomes. I'm hearing you guys can see the desired outcomes. Maybe the desired outcomes of others, the desired outcomes of yourself. What kind of seer is my pile number 3? Resilience, determination, willpower. Again with the pyramid in the back. You guys are divine, have so much wisdom within you guys, and I think your guidance. So I'm looking how in this picture, ooh, she might be naked. Let me do this. If you see like the little flame, the torch right there, the smoke is going towards her third eye, and I'm just thinking like that's what lights you up. That's what sets your path, is your third eye. When you get, maybe even when you get that vision, when you get that strong intuitive hit right here, and I'm also hearing like to start using crystals that stimulate your third eye. But when you get that like stimulation within your third eye, like follow that and see what's at the other end of it. Let that be your momentum to go. Let that be your sign to actually move towards something. You might ask for a sign from your guides and they might show it to you in a dream. So pay attention to your dream state too, and definitely start writing them down, because sometimes it doesn't happen right away. I'll have like dreams about something, and then I can look months from now and I'm like, oh yeah, this dream is presenting itself to me now in reality. So I'm seeing you guys can see the doorways to other things, and your guides, your ancestors will present you with that doorway to move forward towards something when it's time. So they show you new beginnings for you to step through that portal where you were waiting patiently for something. Oh yes, okay. So you wait patiently and they show you when to step through the door. And when you step through the door, that's when the power comes even stronger. And that's when they're just like, okay, we've showed you, you've stepped through, and now it's up to you to keep going. Let your intuition keep guiding you. Bottom of the deck, you guys have the Mystic. Emotional intelligence, wholeness, and rebirth. And like I was saying, you guys see people, you guys might see people through their depths, like that Scorpio energy. But with the Pisces goddess energy, again, she's wearing a crown here. So you guys literally in the past life might have worn a crown. But you guys might have reached, reached a sense of emotional intelligence with yourself too, because I am seeing the pearl right here, and the pearl is is made after a long period of irritation. So through maybe even the battles of your own shadow, you guys are able to see other people's shadow very easily. But also, you guys are destined to be an awakened being. You guys have knowledge beyond years within you. I'm seeing the lotus flowers right here, which represents an awakening, which represents epiphanies. And you guys might constantly be having epiphanies of what to do, where you are supposed to be going, and so on. One second, let me see why my dog is barking like a madman.